All right, so we made it through our first week, hopefully not too stressed out. As we get into our second week, we are coming up on our first exam. One of the first things that you should notice is now on that left-hand side where you have your home button, you should now be able to see quizzes. If you click on it in your view, it will have the 3 dates listed for you. And so our first one's coming up on June 5th and then goes until the 6th. And so remember, so tomorrow's the 4th, so that'll be Wednesday. Sorry. So you will have 48 hours in which to take it. Remember, once you start the exam, you have 72 minutes. So you have to be prepared to sit for however long it takes you to finish it in order to finish it. Some recommendations for you, okay? It is an online class. It is very unrealistic of me to expect that you would not use your notes in order to take the exam. However, let me make this pretty clear to you. You cannot sit down and take one of my exams and look up every single answer. You will not have time. 75 minutes is the exact amount of time that I have when I teach it in person in the classroom. And you, as an online group, always have less questions. There's usually some math, some diagrams that I just can't put successfully yet into the online environment. So you actually get less questions than you would see if you took it with me during a semester where it was given in the classroom. So I like to say you need to come in 80 to 90% prepared. So you need to have looked over material. I really recommend doing those practice questions that I talked about on one of my other videos on the Connect, where you can, if you go into the chapters, you can hit study and then it'll flip you through some questions. And if you haven't looked at them yet, it'll have a question and then it'll say, how well do I know this? And then you can click on it. And if you miss it, a lot of times there's either an animation, a slide, a little short video, or if there's not, it will say here where it is in the text, and you can go right to that section and read about it. So I definitely recommend preparing that way. I recommend going over your homework assignments. However, these two homework assignments for the first grouping, the one is the syllabus, so that's really not going to help you too much. The earthquake one will help you in terms of terminology. As we get into this week, the next week, and the week after, we'll have some more question answer material based questions that we haven't had yet on an assignment that will help you prepare for the exam as well. Okay, so you have to sit down, be prepared to take it. You have 75 minutes. You have 48 hours, so you can take it anytime from midnight, so 12 a.m. on Wednesday, so as Tuesday rolls into Wednesday, and then up until Thursday night at 11:59 p.m. If you are able, and I know a lot of you still have some stuff going on in the summer, but if you, let's say you have that 48-hour time period empty completely, pick a time in which you are not going to have interruptions, in which you are mentally at your best. I am not a night person. If you ever email me, probably after 10 o'clock, I'm already asleep. I'm not checking my email again. But I am an early morning person, so I will check things really early, and sometimes you'll see my responses pretty early. So I would do much better taking an exam if I had the opportunity in the morning. But some of you are night owls. Some of you are going to function really well, like maybe you work all day and then you hang out and veg out on the couch, eat dinner, and then like come 9 o'clock, you're ready to go again. Then take it at 9 o'clock. Use this window to your advantage in terms of when you're going to kind of function the best. And you know at this point when you're kind of on your game. If you have an internet issue, please let me know immediately. You need to email me. Even if it is, say you're taking it at 1 a.m. Like, I'm certainly not going to get it. I'm asleep. But I'll see you the next morning and we can address it. Also, make sure you have a stable internet connection. So if you know that your house is not great or work is not great, let's say you were like, oh, I can take it during my lunch break, whatever that is, don't take it where you know the internet is not stable. Try to get somewhere. Libraries are usually pretty good. If you can get to campus, campus is going to be good. If you have a friend that has really great internet, if you can get off wireless, that's great. Anywhere where you have a pretty stable connection is going to be your best bet, just to make sure that nothing kind of goes wonky while you're taking it in that aspect. All right, so that's the exam. Again, 75 minutes once you sit down to start taking it. 48 hours from Wednesday early morning, 12 a.m. to Thursday, 11:59 p.m. Take it whenever you want within there. I will hope to get those turned around. I would love to say Friday. Let's see how the first one goes. I'm going to say Saturday for the first one. If I can get it done on Friday, I'll post it on Friday. And I'll shoot an email that says scores are up. And actually, you get an email as soon as I upload the scores. I turn them on, and then you get an email, because I get an email that says I did that as well. So you will get an email once they're posted. All right, so just a couple of things from the first week to talk about. The first is, please remember to save your assignments last name _ first initial _ number. So we'll have them from 1 to 8. We've already done 1 and 2. So we'll now go forward from there, because there's a few of you that missed. You did it wrong on the first one, you did it wrong on the second one, so you got that 0.1 taken off on the second one, because as it says in the syllabus, you get 1 freebie, and then start adding up after that. The Connect issue. So some of you were having it, some of you were not. So if you're not, great. If you were, the Connect issue is we came up with it in quiz 2, where you were ordering things. It was saying it wasn't saved. In every case where someone emailed me, it actually did save it. So I don't know why it's telling you it's not. I was on live chat, I believe Thursday. I sent you an email. I think it was Thursday. Yes, Thursday. They didn't know what was going on. They were going to bubble it up to the engineering team. I haven't heard anything. I'll get on live chat again tomorrow and be like, hey, this is my case number. What's going on? Why is this happening? Because I know we do have those types of questions as we move forward through the rest of the 3 weeks that we have remaining. So I want to make sure that we're getting that and getting that going. The other thing you'll notice is on Friday in the announcement sections, I posted kind of things that were going on. So we had some flash flooding. We had a tornado. Well, we had lots of tornadoes in the week going on. And there was one other thing, and I'm sorry, I can't remember what it is, but check out that announcement. We're still dealing with that flooding, and now it's kind of hitting other places. So now we're looking at Arkansas, and Missouri was our most recent issue. Just a lot of rain really coming down the Mississippi River and over that whole watershed, which we'll talk about in flooding. Mississippi is one of the main kind of watersheds that we talk about. So look forward to seeing that coming up. So if there's anything else, pretty much I'll post Friday morning. I'll say, like, this is what went on in the past week, and give that to you that way. Otherwise, it looked like things were going pretty smoothly. Great job for making it through the first week, especially because it takes a little bit to get used to what's going on. As we move forward, now realize we're kind of into that profile stage. So, exam is priority for sure, but start thinking about kind of what topic you might want to do for your profile. The rubric is now posted in that profile folder, so you can take a look at that. And so remember, it's in 3 stages: the topic and 5 sources that you're using, the outline, which is a document that you have to download, and then the profile itself. One last thing about sources, just as we move from our earthquake worksheet that had sources to our profile. Open sourced anything is not a site is not a source in my class, meaning I don't accept anything wiki. So if it can be edited by the general public, it's a no-go. Make sure when you're using a site or a source, and most of you, all of you, I'll say, used reputable sources. Just make sure that as you get into your profile, you're using reputable sources. 5 is not the maximum. The most successful profiles probably have 10 to 20 citations based on the rubric, because not every news article is going to cover some of the information that you need that's in that outline that's essentially the rubric. So you may need to expand your source past those 5. 5 is just a starting point. It's basically my way of making sure you've looked at something before you move forward. The last thing to say with that, because we did have a few of you do this, you need to put more than just the landing page. And so a landing page for a website is like usgs.gov, CNN.com. Okay, that tells me nothing. Okay, great. I really assume that USGS has some web page on every earthquake that you came up with. If I want to check your sources, I need to be able to go to that specific page. And so you'll see on that worksheet, it'll say CNN. I think it's from Hurricane Katrina. The numbers, the date, Katrina, whatever it may be after that. So I need that full long citation. And then the last thing on that, because I brought up Katrina and used Katrina as an example, please take a look at the information sheet, which says you cannot use XYZ disasters because it's too much information for the length of the profile. And then I did put also a worksheet up there that says, like, these are ones that students have done in the past that I know meet all of the criteria for that rubric and for that outline. And so that may be something you may want to do. You do not have to do one off that list. But some people may really say like, oh, this is a great idea. I like one of these topics. I tried to pull out as many different types of hazards as I can, but you may be interested in a hazard that's not on there, and you can certainly do others, but do not pick one that's on that do not do list. All right. So as we go into week 2, work opened up last night. You can continue to work on earthquakes today if you're following kind of that standardized schedule that I had put out that said, like, if we were meeting 5 days a week, this is how we would do it. Wednesday, your exam opens. Thursday, your exam closes. You will have your quizzes due on Saturday. You'll have your worksheets due on Saturday. So same schedule. So hopefully you're feeling kind of comfortable with that as we go on. Again, email me. I have online office hours. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning. It's on the syllabus where I'm guaranteed to be in front of my computer and answer your email. Otherwise, I do check multiple times a day. Again, not a night owl though. So sometimes after 9 o'clock, I'm not checking my email because I just don't stay up late. I get up early. Okay. Let me know if you're still having any issues, and I'll keep you up to date on that Connect issue as soon as I figure something out.